Sometimes I can't bring myself to sleep in my bed anymore because every time I close my eyes, I see that thing under the bed, staring back at me. Hello, I'm Emma. I've always considered myself a rational person, never one to believe in superstitions or the ridiculous horror stories you hear. But what happened to me? It's something I can't explain. If you're reading this, I hope you can learn from my experience, or if you can, avoid ending up in the same situation as I did. It all started when I moved into a new apartment. It was old, dusty, and had an eerie feel to it, but the rent was cheap. To be honest, I didn't think much of it. The previous tenant had left behind everything, and I never bothered asking any questions. The wooden floors creaked, the walls were thin, and the bathroom light flickered at times. Everything seemed normal, at least at first. For the first few days, everything seemed fine. I settled in, made my bed, and tried to get some rest. But every night, as soon as darkness fell, a strange sensation crawled up my spine, as if something were watching me. I brushed it off, telling myself it was just an old building, maybe some noise from the neighbors. But then one night, as I lay on my bed staring at the ceiling, I noticed something strange. From the corner of my eye, I saw a shadow by the side of the bed. I froze. It was a humanoid figure kneeling by the edge of my bed. At first, I thought it was just a trick of the light, or maybe I was just exhausted. But the longer I looked, the clearer it became. That wasn't just any shadow, it was me. But not the way I looked. It was twisted, pale, with eyes wide open, staring at me with a disturbing, lifeless gaze. I could almost hear my own breath, slow and deliberate, as if the shadow was mimicking every movement I made. I blinked hard, and when I opened my eyes again, it was gone. But that wasn't the end of it. The next night, I lay down, trying to shake off the previous night's experience. But when I looked down, there it was again. That figure, kneeling beside my bed, just like before. This time, it wasn't just staring at me, it began to move. Slowly, deliberately, it crept closer to the edge of the bed. Its hands pressed against the floor as if some unseen force was guiding it, drawing it nearer. I gasped, heart pounding, and pulled the covers over my head, trying to tell myself it was just exhaustion. I hadn't seen anything. But even with the covers tightly wrapped around me, I could still feel it. Its presence, watching me, waiting for something. The next few nights were worse. Every time I closed my eyes, that figure would get closer, more real. Its movements became more erratic. Sometimes it would just stand there, and sometimes it would suddenly jerk its head up, eyes empty, its twisted smile growing wider. I was terrified. Every night, I couldn't resist the urge to peek under the bed. Every time I did, I would see that face, pale, contorted, with eyes that were as black as voids. And sometimes its hand would reach out, like it wanted to touch me. Finally, I decided I had to face it. I couldn't keep living like this. Slowly, I bent down and looked under the bed, trying to summon all my courage. I peered into the dark space. Nothing. For a moment, I felt a strange sense of relief. Maybe it was all in my head. Maybe I was just overly tired. But as I was about to get up, I heard it. A voice, low, raspy, barely a whisper, but I heard it clearly. Emma. It was my voice, but distorted, twisted, as if it came from somewhere deep, somewhere far away. I jumped back, tripping over a chair. My head was spinning. I told myself it wasn't real, that it couldn't be, but then I saw it. The figure, the twisted form, crawling out from the shadows beneath the bed. It had a grotesque grin, its eyes completely black now, and its smile It was mocking me. Then it did something I will never forget. It slowly reached out its hand, creeping closer to the edge of the bed, its fingers almost grazing my feet. I couldn't move. I couldn't breathe. I was paralyzed, my heart hammering in my chest. Its fingers touched me, and then I blacked out. When I woke up, I was still lying in bed, drenched in sweat. The figure was gone, but everything felt wrong. The room was too quiet, too still. I turned my head and looked under the bed. There it was, but this time it wasn't just staring at me. It was smiling, wide, twisted. It wasn't hiding anymore. It had fully emerged from under the bed. And that's when I realized it wasn't just a reflection of me. It was me, but not me. It was the thing that had taken my place, the one that had slowly crawled into my world while I was too terrified to notice. I don't know how much longer I have, but I feel it, always watching, always waiting for me. It's there, under the bed, just staring, smiling, patiently waiting for the next night. And every night, I can feel it getting closer. It's already taken my PL.